Hey everyone, Matt here. Thanks for watching this video as well as my other videos on this channel showcasing essential tremor and DBS. First things first, I wanted to chat about not only the fact does DBS manage tremor to a super high degree, but it's like, what if you had the dream of doing something and you couldn't do it at all, and then you get DBS and now it's like a superpower that you have and now you're able to achieve it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm experiencing. I've always been a guitarist. I had workarounds when I was on meds, but now I don't have to worry so much about the tremor. Granted, there are some peaks and valleys that I've experienced, but I mean, I could do things on the guitar that I haven't been able to do, or I've not been able to do at a fast speed, you know, for decades. And now I can do that on guitar. That's one of the reasons I haven't really made videos, like on my other channel, videos of, you know, me playing guitar or pieces of, you know, songs. Also, I do obviously post on this channel too in my short section. But, you know, on my other channel, I post, you know, on TikTok and Instagram. And honestly, I would never have done that before. You know, mentally, and I'm sure I can identify, or you can identify with me, you out there who has essential tremor. The getting past the anxiety or the stage fright of performing something with the tremor, knowing that you're gonna shake at any second. I mean, that was just, how could you even get over that, you know, when you're dealing with a neurological disorder like this? It was kind of like, you know, with me, I was like, I'm not even going to bother posting stuff. But now that I have the confidence and, you know, I've been having reverse engineer some of my bad habits and, you know, retrain, and I'm still working out the kinks. But I mean, you at home, let's say you have essential tremor or even Parkinson's, and you're like, man, these meds aren't cutting it, and I want to achieve the next level. And then you get DBS and you're like, whoa. You're like, wow, now I can do this, that, and this. And then you discover something that is like, holy cow, I would have never thought I would do this, but now I'm doing it because now you obviously have the fine motor ability. And, you know, before you would have never even thought to cross that threshold. You know, to have an example, maybe you're, okay. Here's an example. Usually at night, my girlfriend and I are watching TV. We watch a show, and she started coloring, kind of, you know, for mindfulness, to keep her mind, you know, centered and focused. You know, on commercial break, she'll color or if it's maybe a boring show, she'll also color. And I'm like thinking like, you know, what can I do versus you know, doom scroll on the phone. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna learn cardistry. I don't know if you've heard cardistry, but it is shuffling the cards. Not as much like tricks, although I would like to learn card tricks. But you know, doing like the waterfall thing where the cards fall. I would have never thought of that before I had essential tremor. When I had essential tremor, I would have never thought that I'd want to do that. And now, you know, almost 2 years after DBS, and I'm like, wow, like I could do this. And I'm sure I'll have posts of me doing card stuff. It's in the early phases, so you know, lots of mistakes, but it's great that the mistakes have nothing to do with my essential tremor anymore. It simply has to do with, am I doing the trick right, you know? Am I holding the cards right? But this is something like, maybe you out there in the audience who has DBS, maybe, you know, think about that. Think of like, wow, like, I would have never thought about doing this one thing. But now that I don't have to worry about the tremor anymore, or maybe as much, maybe you still got a little tremor. You know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know, maybe, you know, it could be so simple. Maybe you're retired and you want to have a part-time job as a cashier, because now you can handle the money. You can press the buttons easier on the terminal. You know, maybe you would have never thought of that. Maybe you're just a people person and you like the fact that, you know, you could talk to people. You don't have to worry about your shakes. You know, maybe you're a guy who likes fishing and you didn't want to fish before because, you know, putting the worm on the hook, or you know, and you know, I'm not a fisherman at all, but you know, casting the rod and then doing that thing, whatever you call it. But maybe, you know, before you were you're just like, oh, I can't do that, you know, and maybe you never thought of fishing before, and now you're like, wow, now I can fish. It's almost like you're unlocking these new talents, like these unexpected artistic flares. So in a sense, it goes beyond symptom relief, and you're basically discovering the unrealized potential that is hiding just beneath the surface. So that's all I got to say about that. That is something to think about if you have not gotten DBS and you're suffering with essential tremor and you're like, these meds aren't cutting it for the sake of all humanity, you know. And then I know it's, if you're like, I gotta get DBS, I gotta get it. But the brain surgery, you know, it's not that bad. I have some videos on my channel of my whole brain surgery. I was awake the whole time. Check it out. I'll probably try to leave a link up there so you can click on it. But it honestly wasn't that bad. Again, you get the surgery, you get the battery implanted, you gotta wait a little bit until it heals. You may have to go back on your meds again. Then the programming starts. It could take anywhere from 6 months to a year to get programmed. And then you're as right as rain. Then you're thinking like, wow, I've never thought of doing this thing, but now I can do it, and I don't have to worry about tremor. Maybe maybe you love competitive board games, and you never thought of doing that, but now you can, because you don't have to shake when you're grabbing the little pieces and doing all that fine motor stuff. But there you go. That is the power of DBS right there. To sum it all up, you're unlocking a superpower that you didn't even know about, Maybe what you do, because you got DBS, maybe what you do in life helps someone years, generations down the line. And if you never got DBS, it would have never happened. I mean, I know it sounds far-fetched, but our humanity just ripples through time. So, I mean, you never know. Use your imagination. Know that I'm thinking about you. I know that there is always hope, as I've discovered. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that. That is my monologue, my sermon, if you will. But yeah, that's the topic for today. Hey, I really thank you all for watching. I'm starting to get quite a few subscribers. Tell your friends to subscribe. Tell your neighbors. If you're a medical professional, please, tell them about my channel. And I will keep posting, because there are so many topics out there that we could cover. And I want to keep throwing content out there so that I can help you all out. And hopefully you out there can get the same amount of relief. And until next time, stay healthy, and let's try to think about our future, and we'll go from there. All right? Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.